This weekend we have UFC Fight Night Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. I'm going to give you my picks and predictions to the whole fight card, so let's get into it. First fight of the night, we have Melissa Mullins versus Luana Carolina. Now, everyone's hyping up Melissa Mullins. She has really good wrestling, but that's basically it. Everything else, her striking, her footwork, her head movement isn't really there. She's primarily a wrestler. And Luana Carolina, we know what she is. She's a kickboxer. She wants to keep the fight on the feet, and she has okay takedown defense. And honestly, I don't know why so many people are going with Melissa Mullins. I think this is a clear and easy dub for Luana Carolina. Now, Luana Carolina, she's not a world beater. She's not the top of the barrel in the women's bantamweight division, but she's okay. She's a mid fighter. She's okay everywhere, and she's okay in where she's got to be in this fight because, like I said, Melissa Mullins is going to be looking to take her down. So I think that Luana Carolina should be able to stuff the takedowns and just piece of Melissa Mullins on the feet. And even if she does get taken down, she's going to be looking to get back up. She's not going to give up or accept position. So I have to go with Luana Carolina to win. Most likely she's going to be winning by decision. That's typically how women fights end. So yeah, I got to go with Luana Carolina to win by decision. Next up, boys, we have another women's fight. Oh man, this opening card is gonna be not that entertaining to be honest. But yeah, next up we have Chanel Dyer versus Ravina Oliveira. Now, Chanel Dyer was in, I think it was a Contender Series, and she lost her fight. Very competitive fight though, and there are some sparks, I guess, or some snippets of where you can see that Chanel Dyer is good. She was winning that fight until she wasn't. It was a 50-50 fight. That fight could have gone either way. Um and Ravina Oliveira, I mean, what can I say, man? I don't even think she's UFC material. I think she's just a warm body that the UFC's keeping for other people or other potential competition to whoop her, She's not good. Um yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say. There's not really much to break down. Ravina Oliveira is just not good. She's not UFC caliber, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So because of all that, I think that you have to go with Chanel Dyer to win. And like I said earlier, Dyer should win by decision. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna extend this. Chanel Dyer by decision. Yeah. Next up, we have Shamrock versus Abdul Karim Al Sawadi. Now, this fight's pretty interesting. Um, this fight can go either way. Both fighters are really good. Shamrock wants to take you down, and the good thing about Shamrock is that he's not just gonna hold you down. He's gonna land some ground and pound, look for that submission, and Abdul Karim is wanting to keep you on the feet. He's gonna try to piece you up, defend the takedowns, and do that. But my problem here with this fight is that Abdul Karim has been out for 2 years. Now, I don't know why he's been out, um, but man, if you guys have seen my picks for a while now, I don't like picking guys that have been sitting out for more than 6 months, maybe a year. And 2 years is crazy, especially if you don't have potential. So I have to go with Shamrock just because of that fact. Um, but don't be surprised, like I said, this fight is 50-50. But I can't pick someone that's been sitting out of the sport for 2 years. I just can't do that. So I have to go with Shamrock to win. Um, I am gonna go by decision again. I think for the most part, most of these should be decision, but yeah, Shamrock's gonna win. I think by decision. Next up, we have Louis Sutherland versus Brando Pericic. But okay, so man, so this fight's confusing, man. So it's heavyweight, anything can happen. We all know that. My problem here is that both guys don't have a lot of tape, and when I say that is I mean they don't have a lot of professional tape because most of their tape is regional, and I don't really like watching regional tape just because you evolve, you change a lot. And this fight's 50-50 as well, man. Um yeah, this fight's 50-50. I don't know. Louis Sutherland, he's got some knockout power. He's 10-4. I mean, he's basically 50-50. And Brando, I mean, I don't know. It's heavyweight, bro. It's heavyweight. I think I think I'm just gonna go with Brando Pericic. Now, Brando Pericic is training with City Kickboxing with the likes of Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, and I will say that Brando Pericic has to keep an eye out on Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker's gonna be looking for more than that single leg, if you know what I mean. But but yeah, I gotta go with Brando Pericic. I don't know. He's got the better record. Um, I don't know. It's 50-50. It's heavyweight. Anything can happen. It's a coin toss, so yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna go with Pericic, and yeah, let's move on. All right, so now we got some easier fights to predict. Um, Matthias, what I don't know how to pronounce that last name. You know, we got some crazy last names, and Antonio Tricali. Now this is an easy fight to predict. I got Matthias. I think Matthias should be able to win, just because Antonio Tricali is a straight bum. You know, this guy's a trash can. The only reason why he's in the UFC roster is because he's Mackenzie Dern's boyfriend or ex. Who knows? But he was dating Mackenzie Dern. And that's the only reason why he's on the roster. Most likely he's gonna get cut after this loss. He's been losing back to back. He did show a little bit of that dog when he fought Cheryl Bullet, but Cheryl Bullet isn't really high caliber. You know, he's just a showman. So, yeah, I got Matias to win. He should win pretty decisively, and I think this fight should be a finish because, like I said, Antonio Tricali is a bum. He's a trash can, and he does have that quit in him. He will, you know, go into the fetal position and pull Anthony Smith. So, I think I'm gonna say Matias to win by KO in round two, maybe late round two, early round three. So yeah, give me Matias to win. Easy pick. Next up, we have Mario Pinto versus Felipe Franco. Now, there's a lot of hype in Mario Pinto, and I'm kind of with it, man. I'm kind of with it. I like Mario Pinto a lot. I think he has that knockout power. He does have some holes in his game a little bit. You know, he can get hit. But I have to go with Mario Pinto. I think that Felipe Franco isn't just. I mean, they're pretty much the same, but I think Mario Pinto is just gonna be one step ahead. You know, he's gonna slip anything that Franco comes through, and I think that this fight does end up a finish too. You know, it's heavyweight. And I think Mario Pinto is gonna get that finish. I think he's gonna get a finish in. I'm gonna say round two. So give me Mario Pinto to win by KO in round two. Next up. Now, this is a very entertaining fight, very intriguing fight. We have Nathaniel Wood versus Lucen Kita. I think it's Lucen Kita. But yeah, Nathaniel Wood, man. I mean, both of these guys are very well rounded, very top level, and they're both really good. My only problem here is that Nathaniel Wood's chin is kind of questionable, and he's fighting Kita, and Kita has some power behind his shots. Not only that, he kind of likes to bum rush you. So if he does bum rush Wood, and you know land something really really hard, he might stun or KO Wood. Um, this fight, I don't know, man. You know, either fight can win. Oh, by the way, Lucen Kita, I think he's making his debut. He was gonna make his debut a lot earlier. Maybe I think it was last. Yeah, it was last year, sometime last year. But the fight got canceled because he came in overweight against Pitbull. So you know, let's hope he doesn't come in overweight again because if he comes in overweight again, that's an easy way to get out of the UFC. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's tomorrow night, tomorrow morning. You know, the weigh-ins. So we'll see how that looks. But yeah, so overall, I think this fight's gonna play out like this. I think that Nathaniel Wood is gonna be winning. I think that for the most part, it's gonna be, you know, 50-50 fight. They're both gonna have their moments. But I think that Kita's gonna be able to catch Wood. You know, I think gonna be able to catch Wood, stun him, and find that KO. So give me Lucen Kita to win by KO. I'm gonna say late round two. In a very competitive fight. But I can't. Both fighters can win, man. Like I said, the only hole here, in my opinion, is that Nathaniel Wood has a questionable chin. But If you're on the Wood side, I would get keyed up by points because he should be able to win at least one round. But the official pick is gonna be Lucen Keita to win by KO late round two. All right, next up we have a very good fight. Another interesting fight in Mason Jones versus Axel Sosa. Now, Mason Jones, this guy's good. He's very well rounded. And he's got that dog in him. He knows what to do. And Axel Sosa, he's good as well, but he's French, and we saw what the French did last week with Omar Sy. Just wave the white flag, and I think that's what's gonna happen in this fight too. I think that Mason Jones is just going to be too much for Axel Sosa. And I think that he's just going to overwhelm him. Mason Jones is pretty good. Um, he's just going to piece up Axel. And like I said, he's just going to be too much. I think that Mason Jones should be able to get a TKO. And yeah, I think that Mason Jones is going to get a TKO in round two, maybe late round three. But yeah, I think this fight is a lot closer than people think. Um, Axel Sosa is good, and don't get me wrong. I mean, he's not going to wave the white flag. I'm just joking around, but I have to lean with Mason Jones because Mason Jones, like I said, in my opinion, he's just a more well-rounded fighter. He has more experience, and he's fighting at home basically. So he's got a hometown. He's got that hometown in his back pocket. Cheering him on. And yeah, I have to go with Mason Jones. So give me Mason Jones to win. Um, let's say round three TKO. And yeah, opening up the main card, we have Curtis Campbell versus Danny Silva. Now, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Curtis Campbell, he's got a lot of hype behind him, and I don't really. I mean, he's an okay fighter. I'm not high on him at all. I think he's an okay fighter, not not nothing special. But against this level of competition, he should be able to win. I think that Curtis Campbell is going to win this fight just because Danny Silva, yes, he's well rounded, yes, he's okay. Um, but the only stellar thing about him is that chin. He's got a really good chin. His cardio is okay. Um, but I don't know. He's kind of just mid. And Curtis Campbell, he has really good wrestling. If he does take you down, he's landing that ground and pound. He's looking for those submissions, and his striking is, it's all right. It's improving. I mean, he's still young in the game, so he can always improve. But his striking's okay. He should be able to hold his own on the feet. But at the end of the day, Curtis, he doesn't want to be on the feet. He will look for that takedown, and I think he should be able to get it against Danny Silva. So, yeah, I got to go with Curtis Campbell to win. Like I said, he does look for those finishes in ground and pound and submissions. But honestly, I think that Danny Silva, I mean, he's a dog, man. He's gonna survive. So I think this fight's gonna go to decision. So yeah, give me Curtis Campbell to win via decision, and yeah, we move on. Another easy fight to predict, boys. We have Roman Dolidze versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Now, I've seen everywhere that people are saying that, oh, if this was like a couple years before, a couple years back, they would pick Roman Dolidze. Man, I don't know. I don't know why you would pick Roman Dolidze. I think Roman Dolidze is kind of overhyped, man. I think this guy's trash. I don't hold him highly, but I've been corrected. I thought that about DDP, and look where he came. He became a champion. So who knows? But yeah, Roman Dolidze, don't hold him highly at all. I think he's kind of a garbage can. I've always thought that about him. So yeah, I think this is an easy dub for Christian. I think Christian should be able to get a KO, TKO in this fight. Um, he can defend the takedown, which is what Deliz is looking to do. Um, and I think this fight's going to be on the feet. And Deliz's striking is not good. His head movement isn't good either. Um, and his gas tank is pretty questionable as well. If Christian's able to put that pace on him early, I think that Roman Dolidze is going to gas. And we all know if you have your mouth open with one really, really good punch that's landed, you're going to sleep. You're going to go visit Ben Askren. So yeah, I think that this is going to be a very easy fight for Christian Leroy Duncan. In a relatively big name, a lot of people know Roman Dolidze. So give me Christian to win. I think that he should be able to get the KO TKO. pretty early. I'm gonna say round one, maybe early round two, but he's gonna get that KO TKO, pretty sure. If he doesn't get it, I'll be fairly surprised, to be honest. But yeah, give me Christian Leroy Duncan to win via KO TKO round one or round two. Next up, man, we're getting these fights back to back. Pretty easy fights to pick. Next up, we have Iwo Barneski versus Austin Lane. Same story here, man. Austin Lane, ex-football player, I believe, pretty sure. And this guy's a bum. Straight trash can, to be honest. I don't know how he's still signed with the UFC. This guy just gets finished all the time. Um, and he sucks, man. He sucks. I don't know how he signed. Not UFC caliber, not good anywhere, and a bum, to be honest. So he just put the fries in the bag, bro. This guy's straight garbage. Now Uwan Barneski, this guy's good. In his last fight against Ebo, man, they just slugged it out. They just came in just slugging it out. That was an insane fight, you know. In a fight that we all want to see, you know. Yes, we want to see the best fight the best, but sometimes we just want to see two guys just slug it out. Like if we were at a bar, you know, we just want to see that type of fight, and that's what that was. And Iwu got the better of the exchanges and was able to get that KO. So good for him. But breaking down this fight, I think that Iwo wins this fight easily. He's a lot faster than Austin Lane. He's got knockout power. My only concern here, and I mean it's a like 5% concern, is Iwo does get wild. He's wild. He can be just bumming, just getting in the pocket in times that are kind of dangerous. Um, and he can get caught, but it's Austin Lane. Austin Lane's not a threat, man. I could go in there and I'm not gonna get knocked out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I gotta go with Iwu. Um, yeah, give me Iwu to win by KO TKO in round one. I think that he should be able to make this easy night in the office. So yeah, I got Iwu. Next up, very interesting fight. Now we've been hearing a lot of UFC fighters complaining ever since that Conor Benn guy got signed, and Michael Page is one of them. He was complaining about not just the money, but complaining on how and why he got this matchup in Sam Patterson. Big jump up in competition for Sam Patterson. And yeah, and this came out of nowhere too for me. When I first heard about this news, I was like, Sam Patterson, why Sam Patterson? But it is what it is. We got MVP versus Sam Patterson, and I think this is going to be an easy fight for MVP. I think that MVP, yes, he is not in his prime. I think he's like in his late to mid 30s. I'm pretty sure late 30s, 38 or something. Um, and I think he's just way more technical, a lot faster, especially for his age, and he's got that KO power. I mean, we got to remember, he was kind of piecing up Ian Gary, and the only way Ian Gary did win that fight was with his grappling. And Sam Patterson, he has okay grappling, but nothing that should be able to hold down MVP, in my opinion. We got to remember, MVP did stuff some of Ian Gary's takedowns, and I mean, Sam Patterson's takedown offense is nowhere near as good as Ian Gary's. So I got to go with MVP. I think the MVP wins this fairly easily. And honestly, I think the MVP wins by KO TKO. Sam Patterson has been cracked. His chin is very questionable, and he relies on that tall man defense. He's kind of like doing this, you know what I mean? Like not really protecting his chin or anything, just using his height as his defense, and that's not really a good thing to do against MVP because they're damn near the same. No, they are the same height. They're both 6'3", and their reach is the same. So yeah, man, I think that MVP should be able to get that KO TKO against Sam Patterson fairly easily, um, and move on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where MVP goes. Just because he went up into middleweight to fight Cannonier, right? Then he moved down. He's moving down to welterweight. He's kind of fluctuating in weight. Um, Me personally, I want to see MVP fight some entertaining fights. I mean, we know he's not gonna be champion. We know he's not gonna be. I mean, actually, he might be top five maybe, but I kind of want to see him in entertaining fights, and yeah, this is going to be entertaining. This is going to be a highlight reel for MVP, but it's against low level. So I don't know. We'll see where he goes, but like I said, this should be a fairly easy fight for MVP to win. So yeah, I got him by KO, and I think I said round two, but I'm gonna go with round two. So yeah, next up, co-main event. We have Luke Riley versus Michael Aswell. Now, this fight's really good. A lot closer than people think. Um, and yeah, I mean, Luke Riley, this guy. So a lot of people talk shit about Cage Warriors. Cage Warriors, isn't good. Not a lot of good competitions coming out of there. But I think Luke Riley's one of the hand. But I think that Luke Riley is one of the few that is actually pretty good at coming out of Cage Warriors. He has phenomenal striking. His takedown defense is really good. His wrestling is really good. I mean, this guy's just pretty good everywhere, especially for how young he is in the sport. 12-0. He's pretty. He doesn't have that much experience, but he's really good for how long he's been in the sport. Now he's going up against Michael Aswell. Michael Aswell, he's all right. He's okay everywhere. Um, and he will bring that dog in him. He will bring in that fight against Luke Riley, but I think that Luke Riley is just going to be one step ahead, man. Um, he should be able to piece up Michael Aswell, circle out, and just pick his shots. And if it does get messy, he'll look for those takedowns. And Michael Aswell, like I said, he's okay everywhere, but I think that Luke Riley's takedowns should be good enough to take Aswell down. And like I said, Luke Riley, this guy's not just gonna hold you down. He will look for that ground and pound and submissions. So if he is able to get Oswald to the ground, he's gonna look for that finish. He's not gonna be like the main event. We're gonna talk about shortly. But yeah, I think that Luke Riley should be able to win fairly easily. Um, I think that this fight is gonna be a decision just because of how good both fighters are. Um, but yeah, I can see why you can pick Michael Aswell. That they're both really good fighters. But I'm leaning more towards Luke Riley just because, like I said, I think he's gonna be one step ahead. And yeah, so I gotta go with Luke Riley to win via decision. So yeah, next up, boys, the last fight of the night. We got the main event: Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. Now, I'm gonna be a contrarian here. I think that Lerone Murphy wins this pretty easily. Um, I think that he's able to stuff Movsar Evloev's takedowns because that's what he's looking for. That's what we know he's trying to do. Um, he's looking to take you down and just hold you there. Now we know what Movsar Evloev is trying to do. He's just trying to take you down and hold you there and kill that clock. Like everybody else, he is not looking to finish you. He's just trying to hold you down, and you know that's pretty much it, man. Just lay on you like a blanket. And I think that Lerone Murphy, he knows that's the game plan. He knows that that's pretty much all that Movsar Evloev has. Yes, he has some striking. Evloev, right? We saw that when he fought Diego Lopez. Um, but I think that Lerone Murphy's striking is a whole lot better. I mean, we got to remember this guy's a kickboxer primarily. His stand up is pretty spectacular, and yeah, man. I think I favor Lerone Murphy. I don't know how he's a dog. I think this fight's a lot closer than what the bookies think it is. And yeah, I think that like I said, I think that Lerone Murphy is able to defend the takedown and just piece up Movsar Evloev on the feet. And in a perfect world, I mean, this fight's 50-50. But in a perfect world, I hope that Lerone Murphy does win. He's a more entertaining fighter of the two. I mean, they're both decision machines. I have seen that some people have Lerone Murphy winning by KO, TKO. Don't see that happening at all. Murphy has 3 KOs in the UFC. Um, yeah, so I don't see how he gets a KO. Most of those KOs are like one hit wonders, you know what I mean? So that's not going to happen in this fight, most likely. You can be surprised, like the Aaron Pico. That was crazy. That was a crazy knockout, came out of nowhere. But highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. But the official pick is Lerone Murphy. I have to go with Lerone Murphy via decision. I just think that he's going to be able to stuff those takedowns. And when they're on the feet, I think it's a whole different world. Lerone Murphy just spectacular striker. Um, we've seen that he has good cardio, relatively good shin. We have seen him get cracked, via the likes of Dan Ige, but he's got that dog. He survives, and I don't think that Movsar Evloev has that knockout power or can even stun Lerone Murphy, to be honest. So yeah, I have to go with Lerone Murphy via decision, and we're gonna see him fight Alex Volkanovski, and I think that's an easy dub for Volkanovski, and hopefully he retires because that featherweight division's getting stacked, man, and I don't want to see him fight Jean Silva. Especially how hard the UFC is pushing Jean. So, yeah. So that's the breakdown. I think Lerone Murphy wins via decision and fights for the title next. So yeah, those are my picks and predictions for the whole fight card for UFC Fight Night. Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below if you guys agree, disagree, or think some of my picks are just crazy. Until next time.